here with the beautiful Gogo Incognito. Can you tell us all about your design and your cosplay look?
I would love to, thank you. Obviously, I am Catwoman, and what I did is I did my own interpretation. I took a little bit of Arkham, a little bit of the Arkham games, because I am a gamer and I do love the Arkham games, and I love that version of Catwoman. But I also am a comic book reader, and I grew up reading Batman. So I took some purple from The Long Halloween, and she also has a tail.
Check that tail out.
In The Long Halloween, so I wanted to do that. The tail needs a little bit of work. A very enthusiastic young one tugged on it yesterday, but that's okay because kids make it even more fun.
Because it's so realistic. They just want to play with the cat.
Kitty tail. It's like, don't pull a kitty's tail, but it happens anyway. But then also, Catwoman is a jewel thief, so I gave her lots and lots and lots and lots of bling.
Because she's very good at what she does.
Yes, she is. She's the best.
And how long have you been cosplaying?
I've been cosplaying for about 7 or 8 years. I used to do burlesque, so that in and of itself is costuming.
Oh, fantastic.
And I started doing more cosplay burlesque, and then my love of cosplay I still do burlesque occasionally, but more I'm into cosplay because this is a stage.
Because you can't beat this.
No,
you can't beat this.
It's fantastic, and I absolutely love it. And I can make a costume that's sturdier. For burlesque, it was kind of everything had to be, made to be taken off.
And how long did it take for you to put all of this together with all the different elements?
Well, the beading on the bra took hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And then some of the beads have popped off, and I've hot glued, and it's okay. So really, I don't know, I guess the little details took several weeks to do, because when you're sewing beads on something, there's only so long you can do before you're like, I'm done. But otherwise, this is not the most complicated cosplay. It ended up being a lot of gluing, a lot of beading.
It looks fantastic. I'm here with Tess of Beautiful Poison Ivy today. Can you tell us about your design and how you kind of brought this to life?
Yeah, absolutely. So I didn't choose any specific poison ivy. I just kind of went with my own interpretation. So underneath is a steel bone corset that I did purchase, but everything else is handmade. So the vines I hand wound myself. It's kind of a thin gauge wire with a paint tape around it and all these vines.
How long did that take to really put together?
The vines took me about a week. The corset took a couple of days, and then the shoes and covering everything else didn't take too long. Styling the wig actually took an obscenely long time. And then I'm from Alaska, so I flew down here from Alaska, and so I had to buy a 4-foot poster tube to carry this magnificent fan behind me, and I had to carry it on the plane and everything, so that was a little bit of a hassle.
So how long did it take for you to get ready this morning?
About 3.5 hours. Like, it doesn't take that long to put everything on, but like lacing this up, getting everything hooked in, getting like fashion tape everywhere, so it's kind of a nightmare, but it's so worth it.
How long have you been cosplaying?
Only about a year. I think I've done 2 or 3 different costumes, and this is probably my favorite just because I love Poison Ivy and I get to wear this awesome fan here.
Well, from Alaska, welcome to New York. Have fun.
Thank you so much.
I'm here with Enya and Derek as a couple cosplay. Can you guys tell us about your costume and your look?
I'm an NCR Ranger from Fallout New Vegas, and
I'm a Fiend from Fallout New Vegas.
I'm a protagonist character. She's a villain, more
I'm
like.
the antagonist, pretty
So,
much.
How long did it take for you guys to come up with your look, do the designing, and get everything in order for New York Comic Con?
I've actually built this about last year, and it took me only a couple weeks. It was about a month or so.
And then mine took me about 6 months because I skinned the deer to get the deer skull.
She skinned a deer to get that skull. That's how dedicated a cosplayer she is. Can you show us?
That's a real deer skull, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you help her at least?
No, I did not. That was actually long before I even knew who she was.
But the deer skull, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I cut all this out. I spray painted a whole bunch of shin guards and put spikes on them. Same with the knee pads, arm pads. I found this for only $20 at Walmart, and then I spray painted it and modded it. And then I even cut my hair to fit my character because they're like the crazy, outrageous characters.
They're drug addicts.
They're actual drug addicts. So I actually did my makeup to have the more sunken in, red-eyed look.
Well, This is cosplay at its finest.
Well, this outfit is inspired by October because it is the happiest time of the year, and I wanted to do a kind of like Halloween-inspired costume. So it's not a character per se, but it's one that I kind of came up with. It's like a pin-up vampire. So I have my little glasses and my victory rolls.
And how long you been doing this for?
My first Comic-Con was in 2012, but it was really this year where I started to like do a lot more and make a lot of costumes. I make all my own costumes. Yeah, so it was really this year, I would say, is like when I took it more seriously.
So where can we find you at?
My name online is Universe of Ally, so Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, it's all at Universe of Ally.